Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will see how to calculate the force exerted by the jet of water on a stationary curved plate when the water is striking the plate at the center. Okay, so this is the third case in stationary plate condition, and in this also it is at the center. Next we will be having at the tips. Okay, so that's why here I have shown you 3A because we are in the third case of stationary plate condition. In that I am talking about the water striking at the center. Okay, so now this is the figure for us. So you can see here jet of water coming out from the nozzle with a velocity v striking a curved plate. Here you can see the shaded one is the curved plate which is fixed. This symbol indicates it is fixed. Okay, so now water after striking the curved plate, what it will do, it will glide over the plate and it will come out like this. Okay, so again here the water is coming out like this in an inclined manner. So when the water is coming out in an inclined manner, again we have to consider resolution. So again you have to resolute the force into two components, one along the direction and one perpendicular to the direction. But now if you see here, one thing what you have to remember about the curved plate striking at the center, I mean fixed curved plate striking at the center, is that now if you just observe the figure itself, so the water is coming out in an inclined way, correct? So the water is coming out like this. So when the water is coming out like this, you can see here the water after coming out like this, it is inclined with an angle of theta with the horizontal. So one component of velocity will be in this direction, one is like this. So here remember one thing, you may say, now if the water is taking this pattern, means if the water is striking and coming like this, obviously some water would go to the left hand side, some water will fall down. Means if you observe this side or this side, the horizontal component is same. Means the direction of the horizontal component is towards left, which is exactly opposite to the direction of flow. Our water was coming out from the nozzle in this direction. Now the velocity component of velocity which is coming after striking is in this direction. You take this side or this side. So it is v cos theta in this direction, of course. V sin theta. If I am drawing here, it is upward. If I am drawing here, it is downward, v sin theta. Okay, but the component is v sin theta. Upward or downward we will see later. So now if you see here, v is coming out like this in an inclined direction with an angle of theta with the horizontal. So of course when you resolute the you just learn from mechanics, right? Resolution of force. So we have a force F moving like this. This is the inclination. So obviously x would be minus x, which is F cos theta. When you are substituting, you put a minus. If it is like this, it is plus F sin theta. If it is downward, if it's minus F sin theta, like that. Okay. So same concept we will use. This is a very simple one. You can see here clearly. So I have a jet of water which is striking the curved plate. You can see in the figure. Of course, we assume the plate to be smooth such that no water is struck to the surface. The water is gliding. There is no loss of energy. And the velocity of water which is coming out at the outlet is resoluted into two components. One in horizontal direction and one in the vertical direction, what we call one along the direction of jet and one perpendicular direction of jet. But if you see here, the horizontal component along the direction of jet is just opposite to this, so that's why we take minus v cos theta. Here let me consider this part, so I'm writing perpendicular component as plus v sin theta. Okay, so now the mass of water striking formula will be same for stationary case. So component of velocity in the direction of jet is minus v cos theta. Why? Because you can see here v cos theta is towards left. Our direction of flow is towards right. So I'm taking it as minus v cos theta. Since I'm considering here this place, I'm considering the y component to be upward. So it is v sin theta. So it is plus v sin theta. Let's calculate Fx, the force along the direction of jet, because I already told you when you have inclined thing like this you have to write two components, so directly we can't write fx and fy, sorry, or f rather, we should write fx and fy. So fx will be what? Mass per second into initial velocity, that is the velocity before striking, minus final velocity, that is velocity after striking. This formula is common for all the cases. So mass per second is rho av for obviously for fixed stationary plate. Initial velocity before striking. I'm writing in x direction, guys. So in order to avoid confusion, I'm writing it as v1x. v1 stands for initial velocity, means velocity before striking in x direction, minus v2 stands for initial velocity, v2 stands for final velocity in x direction is v2x. So since I'm writing for fx, I'll write v1x minus v2x. When I'm writing for fy, I will write v1 minus v2y, like that. Okay. So now mass per second is rho AV. Let's see what is V1x. What is V1x? Initial velocity before striking. What is the initial velocity of water before striking? V. So it is V minus V2x. What does V2x stand for? Final velocity after striking in x direction. So what is final velocity after striking in x direction? V cos theta. But it is opposite in direction to the direction of flow. So it is minus of minus v cos theta. So finally it is rho AV into v plus v cos theta. If I take out v common, it is rho AV square into 1 plus cos theta. This is fx. Similarly, let me write for fy. Formula is same. Mass per second into initial velocity before striking minus final velocity after striking. So mass per second into initial velocity before striking. I am writing in y direction. So it is v1 y minus final velocity after striking in y direction is v2y. Mass per second formula is same, rho AV into what is v1y? It is initial velocity in y direction before striking. The water is striking in a horizontal fashion. Do you have any perpendicular component here before striking? No. So it is 0 minus what is v2y? It is final velocity after striking in y direction. What is final velocity after striking in y direction? V sin theta. It is upward, take it positive. So 0 minus v sin theta. So finally the answer is minus rho AV square sin theta. Now I think your doubt got clarified. You got a minus here. So what does this indicate? V sin theta is not upwards, it is downwards. So if I could have taken here, I could have got minus of minus v sin theta, I could have got plus here. Then this is correct, that is also correct. So if here minus indicates what? It indicates that Fy is acting downwards. That you have to remember. So clear guys, this is easy. Just you have to remember the figure. What is in x direction? What are the velocities in x direction? What are the velocities in y direction before and after striking? Just substitute, you will get the answer. Okay. So now let's see a problem on this. So we have a jet of water of diameter 50 mm moving at the velocity of 40 meter per second strikes a curved fixed symmetrical plate at the center. So I forgot to tell you, the plate is symmetrical. Okay. Find the force exerted by the jet of water in the direction of the jet if the jet is deflected through an angle of 120 degrees at the outlet of the curved plate. Okay. Let's write the given data first. So first I have diameter of jet of water, which is d. So d is equal to it's 50 mm. So how you write this in meters? It is 50 into 10 power minus 3 meters. So it is 0.05 meters. I have velocity of jet of water v striking with 40 meter per second. Next, we need to calculate force exerted along the direction of jet, means fx value, if the jet is deflected through an angle of 120 degrees. So don't take this 120 degrees as theta. It is angle of deflection, it's not theta. So what is the differences? See here, if you take this figure, now see here, v came out like this. So if this is the horizontal, this angle is given to us as 120 degrees. This is called angle of deflection. But this is our theta. So in order to take the formula for theta, what do you have to do? Now we know that on a straight line the total angle is 180 degrees. So this is theta. This deflection angle is given as 120 degrees. So what would be theta now? 180 minus 120. So now our theta becomes, theta is equal to 180 minus 120 degrees, which is equal to 60 degrees. So most of the students do wrong here. They put directly theta as 120 degrees. No, angle of deflection is different from angle between the jet and the plate. Okay, so remove angle of deflection from 180 degrees, you will get the theta value. So theta is 60 degrees now. So now we can proceed with our formula of fx. So fx is what? Rho a v square into 1 plus cos theta. Why I am taking fx? Because they asked in the direction of jet. So fx is equal to rho a v square into 1 plus cos theta. Okay, I forgot to write the value of a, so I'm doing it directly here. So what is rho? Water. So rho is 1000. So 1000 kg per meter cube. Density of water is 1000. So 1000 into, I forgot to write area, so I'm doing it here directly. Pi by 4 of 0.05 whole square rho a into what is v? 40 square. Rho a v square into 1 plus cos 60 degrees. So it's a direct substitution. Take a calcium, substitute all the things, you'll get the answer. Let me see how much I would get fx. Okay. Right guys, the answer is 4712.38 Newton. So like this you have to solve for fx. Similarly, if you want to solve for fy, they did not ask us, but if you want to solve for fy, what you would do? You take up the same formula of minus rho a v square sine theta. So let's solve for fy also. So fy is equal to minus rho a v square sine theta. So which is equals to minus 1000 into pi by 4 of 0.05 whole square into 40 square into sine 60 degrees. So let me see how much I would end up with fy value. Okay. I got minus 2720.6 Newton, which means that what does this negative sign indicates? Fy is downwards. So we write negative sign indicates Fy is acting downwards. Okay. So now it means that our Fx is 4712.38 Newton. So according to this problem, fx is sufficient, but I have just shown you how to do for fy also. Okay, so like this we do for stationary curved plate. Hope you all understood the video. Thanks for watching.